Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
There Yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And tonight we're talking about belief. I do believe, I do believe, I do believe, I do believe. I believe in the power of belief, and I believe that when you hold on to the vision of what you desire, the universe is going to support you. And it's interesting, when we hold on to a vision that we believe is meant to come true, we actually increase the odds of the happening occurring in a very timely fashion. Belief is an energetic thought pattern that translates into the universe and signals the universe to take action so that things can come together for each one of us so that we can create. But what happens when doubt begins to wrestle with your belief? How many of you have doubts? Just kind of make a note to yourself. When was the last time you had a doubt? And that doubt was like a heavy brick inside the pit of your stomach, thinking, I don't know, is it possible? Maybe there's a new job you want to get. Maybe you're in the running. I just had the pleasure of talking to someone on the way to the station. She was talking about 2 jobs. And she was talking about the offer that she had on the table and then the potential offer that she would have tomorrow. And so we can't let doubt take us off track and make us wonder what would happen if. We have to hold on to what we believe is possible. We can't let the limited beliefs and the patterns of the past slow us down from what we want to create. Belief and that power behind it is an energy. And you are an energetic being that is always creating, always manifesting with every thought and every belief. So what has your belief been telling you lately? Well, I guess we could say it's been telling us all a lot, right? Because it's been an interesting time here on this timeline of pandemic, right? So we've had a lot of different beliefs, and a lot of us have had shattered beliefs. We thought nothing would ever change. We thought we'd always have certain freedoms just available to us. None of us really stopped to think that life would be restricted in the ways that it has been restricted. So what does that do to your belief barrier, and how can we break through these barriers and move you forward to what you want? Well, tonight we're going to find out, what is it that you want to have in your life, and what do you feel is holding you back and creating a disruption in the power of your belief? And then in the 7 o'clock hour, I'm really fortunate to tell you that we got Stacie Haller back on the line, and she's going to join us at the 7 o'clock point because she's going to share with us what the planetary influences are doing or not doing to support your power belief. So I'm going to leave that for her, but I think she might have an interesting story to tell you at 7 o'clock, so you don't want to miss that. But let's get back to belief. What do you believe? Do you believe that you're powerful? Do you believe you're blessed? Do you believe you're abundant? Do you believe you're beautiful? Do you believe you're compassionate? Do you believe you're kind? Do you believe you can do anything you set your mind to? Where is your belief? And what are you holding for yourself in your beliefs that you are still awaiting the manifestation in the physical? Some of you believe one day you'll get married or you will have a new career. Some of you believe that one day you're going to travel the world. Of course, right now it's a little hard to believe that one, but we believe we're going to travel the world. We believe we're making shifts and changes, and in what way would you like to make your changes? There are many of you that when you were a child, you believed that you were going to accomplish something. And for many of you, you did get to accomplish that. There are many children who believe they're going to be a baseball player or a football player, and some of those very same children are in their profession of a baseball player or a football player. And then there are those who believed they could do it, wanted to do it, but then the shadow of doubt came in, and someone along the way gave them this message of, you're not good enough, you don't measure up, you don't compare to the other teammates or the other people, or if you're a performer or a dancer or a singer, you're not as good. So we hit all these snafus in the belief barrier. And in the belief barrier, when you move yourself forward, you haven't been feeling that push to go forward because something is holding you back. And how can you rearrange yourself and move yourself in the direction of what you want to create when you've got this doubt pulling on you, pulling on you, pulling on you, and pulling on you. So how can we move you forward in the direction that you desire? And how can we open up possibilities of new opportunities when we've got doubt? It makes it difficult. So what is holding you back? What is your limited belief? And how can we move ourselves forward in the direction of what we desire with our limited beliefs? Where do you have a belief break? Did someone along the way make you feel not good enough, not worthy? Was there a critical voice that disrobed you of the dream that you were crowned with when you were born? Because so many of us come with our soul knowing within ourselves who we are and who we've come to be. So why is it that it is so easy to strip us of that? Because we have to measure up, we have to compete in the world. And the world, quite frankly, is full of comparison. But in the soul energy, we all are equal. We all have gifts. We all have our own unique abilities. And we are all part of the total sum of the divine. So how can we move forward? We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to answer your questions, and we will check in with the planetary updates because we need to know what's supporting us along the way. So we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we're going to go to the phone lines, and we are answering your questions on Facebook. We are answering your questions on YouTube. We are answering your questions all across the nation, all across the globe. So stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and I am Sarah Spiritual.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. And the characters, they change like water into wine. Everything comes when the stars align. Do you know me? Do you know me? Have we met before?
And we're back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're talking to you, all of you across the nation, and we want to hear from you. Where is your belief barrier? What is holding you back? And what do you believe you're meant to accomplish in this lifetime? Because we've got to have that belief, and that power of belief can transcend all the obstacles when you know deep inside that you got the power and you got the belief. So we're going to go to the phone line. So Facebook friends, be sure to pop your question in, give us your birthday. Make sure you give us a specific question so we can just drill right down and get an answer. And please, Facebook and YouTube friends, share with us what you believe is meant to come for you. And where do you feel like your disconnect and your belief barrier may be? Let's take a look and see what is holding us up. We're going to go to the phone lines, and you know what? I've got to go to Steve. Steve in Broward County. Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly, Steve. And what do you believe? You believe in your heart and soul. All about you, Steve. What's your belief?
Well, my strongest belief is that I'm still here, being able to call you. And that's about as good as it gets right now.
Well, I appreciate that. And we're glad you've been following the show. It's going to be almost 12 years, Steve, coming up in May. So we're really excited and glad to have you be a part of the experience. So, Steve, I'm going to ask you another question before you ask me any questions. Where do you feel your disconnect is in your ability and power to believe? Where do you feel that disconnect is? What kind of holds you back?
I guess, my past history, the most recent history that you know very well. I guess.
So past experiences are creating limiting beliefs moving forward because you figure, how do I get from where I've been to where I think I might want to go? And given where I've been, I'm not sure I know where I want to go. I pretty much sum that up for you, Steve?
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of. Okay, Steve. So it's the beginning of the month. I know you always say, I always call it the beginning of every month, Sarah, just to touch base and see what's going on. So let me tell you this, Steve. Oh, I hear it. You see, oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. So I got the saints marching in. So what does that mean? I see movement, Steve. I feel like you've been marching to the beat of your own drum. I feel like your saints, your angels, your guides, your ascended master, your master teachers, your gurus, your deities, your fairies, everybody up in the energy of the heavens. They're supporting you, and they're really trying to tap you and force you, but they can't because you have free will, but give you that strong push and say, come on, Steve, we need to move. We need to ease on down the road of your connectivity, your spirituality, and open up, because this is the key. You know, Steve, when you said to me, it's kind of hard to believe and look forward to the future. When I have my history, and Lord, if anybody knows where I've been, I know where I've been, and that's how you feel. But the universe, your guides, your angels, they're saying, Steve from Broward, forget that. Forget where you've been and focus on where you can be. And take the thought process off where you've been and create the energy of infinite possibilities. So if the universe came to you and an angel and guide showed up and the whole universal energy was this harmonic hum of high frequency energy around you, and you could feel the presence of God, and God came to you and said, Steve, I'm going to bestow upon you the gift of connectivity to my divine source. And with that, Steve, you can do anything. Why can't you, Steve, believe that that is possible? Because with that gift that the divine universal flow bestows upon you, then you have infinite possibilities. And the past no longer defines you. So if God came to you, Steve, and said, Steve, come here, my son. I got a special surprise for you. You can do anything. Forget where you've been. What do you want to do? What would it be?
I would say probably at this point, because a lot of people have helped me in the past, I would say return the favor and help as many as I possibly could.
So what would that look like and feel like to you? Would you want to listen to them? Would you want to help them find themselves? What would you want to do?
That's the thing. I don't know. I have to guess it would be tailor-made to according to each individual and what they might want, you know?
Well, then, Steve, that's what I do. Tailor-made to each individual that I talk to. Never know what's going to come out of my... Lord knows we never know what's going to come out of Sarah Spiritual's mouth, right?
Right.
So, wouldn't you imagine that the same God that would enable you to bestow upon another gifts and share who you are, wouldn't they bestow upon you the ability to shift from where you've been? Of course.
Yes.
The limiting belief is in your inability to let go of your past failures, which you're viewing as failures. I'm going to tell you, the universe, the angels, and the guides, and God are looking at it like stepping stones to your greatness. You know, Steve, if we were all to take all of our supposed missteps, failures, less than perfect moments, and throw it into the center in a pile, it would be a heck of a pile. All of us, right?
Yep.
But if we all looked at that pile and said, come on, I'll beat you to the top, think how high we would climb from all those missteps.
Pretty high, yeah, I'd imagine.
There are no missteps. We perceive them that way, but somehow they're part of the divine universal plan. So we're going to continue here, Steve, because you're becoming a great teaching tool. So for this, I thank you. Just think, Steve. You have a roof over your head. There have been times when you weren't even sure that was going to happen, but you have a roof over your head. You have food on your table. You have your health. We're all aging a bit, but you have your health. You have a beautiful child who is now an adult. You have a life that has fulfillment there. It just doesn't meet the status quo of what you imagined it would be, correct?
Correct.
Now believe it's possible that it can be anything you want it to be, because if we were to dial back 5 years ago, you wouldn't even have imagined you'd be here based on how dire some things were. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I do believe all will be well, and I do believe the secret to your success lies in your development and connectivity with the divine and your ability to pay it forward to others. Because in paying it forward to others, you will always continually be blessed, Steve.
Okay.
Happy March. Oh, when the
Thank you.
saints go marching in. Thanks a lot, Steve. Have a great night, and thanks always for following our show. God bless you. Bye for
Bye-bye.
now. Bye. 888-565-1470. I sure hope we're tuning up our Facebook questions and comments. We got the people lining up in the background here, so I want to say hey, hey. And if you're on my Facebook page, would you sure be kind enough to share the page to your groups, to your friends, to your family? And we sure would like it. And send us some love. We want to see those hearts flying across the Facebook page. We want to know that you're in it with us. I've got to go back to the phone lines, and I need to go to Chloe. Miss Chloe. She's in Boca. Chloe, how you
Hello?
doing? Hey, Chloe, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Chloe, is this your first time calling into the show?
Yes, this is my first time calling.
Wonderful. And how did you hear about the show?
My friend Nicole recommended me to you.
Okay, great. Well, you be sure to thank Nicole for us.
I will.
And let's see here, my dear. So, balance. Where do we go from here? We got to have the balance between personal life and future career. And you're kind of at this moment of kind of defining yourself. Does this make sense to you, Chloe?
Yes.
It does, right? And there's also a belief and understanding of angels and guides, and you've been opening up more and more to this as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%.
And when I go to the top of the head for you, I kind of feel like you kind of look around like, is there angels here? Is there a butterfly? Is there a dragonfly? Like, what's going on? Because you're starting to become more aware of the energy around you. And you're also trying to define relationships, relationship and relationships. Relationship in primary partner love, but also you want to define some of your friendships. And you're starting to realize we have morphed in the past year and a half, and some of the people who were aligned with you aren't quite jiving with you anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, 100%.
We've got some schoolwork or some study work or something I feel like we've got to fine tune here, because I feel like there's a little question mark over where do I go from here? What does that make sense to you?
Yes, actually.
Are you there? Did you fall off your chair? What happened? Are you here?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. So there's a question mark, and where is that? That's in your journey of next steps for your future school career journey, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a lot of doubts about where I'd like to go for my master's program or for grad school, and I just don't know where to begin with that.
Where do I begin? Let me see here. So first thing they tell me about you is that you think outside the box, correct?
Yes.
You are a bit of a dreamer, but
Yes.
a practical dreamer. I didn't know that there was such a thing, but you are a practical dreamer. And your mind works kind of scientifically, very logically. You like to check things off. But then because you doubt yourself, you go back and uncheck boxes, and I bet you've done that in a couple of tests and wanted to kick yourself when you were
Yes,
done.
I
right?
have.
Yes. You overthink, overanalyze, overcomplicate. Sounding like some people I know. Overcomplicate things. Okay. So the master's program, we are between 3 schools or 3 particular places. Yeah, 3 schools, 3 programs, yes?
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yes? Because I see 3 programs. And is
Yes.
one of them outside the state of Florida, please?
Yes.
Northeast?
It's in New York.
Okay. Yeah, I see Northeast. Yes, thank you very much. That one seems to have a good, strong feel to it. And then there's one a little bit more in the I don't know, I can't remember my geography, but middle of the country here, please. So what is inward, please, from the Northeast? What other school?
I was looking at UCF or UF, I believe.
UF. That's the one I'm seeing. Thank you very much. So, because I was going a little more in. Okay, so UF for New York is like the 2 top runners here for me. Oop, I hear myself in, I think I hear myself in replay on, are you listening to me on a device?
I'm
or
listening to
something?
your YouTube because my phone's going in and out.
Okay. So go right ahead and look at those two as your stronger possibilities. And now here's the interesting part. Are we also between two topics or two studies for our masters, please?
No, I'm just on one. It's athletic training.
Okay.
Just that path.
Okay. So it's just the two spots that I see here. See what UF will offer you, and then check New York, okay?
Okay,
All right. I hope I've been of service to you and that you're glad you called.
I am. Thank
All
you. I
right.
appreciate it.
You're welcome, Chloe. Keep me posted. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
888-565-1470. And we're going to check in on our Facebook friends. I want to say hi to everyone. And I want to thank everyone who popped into our class last night. We had a great candle class. Absolutely, positively loved hanging out with all of you. And we really enjoyed manifesting and creating with candles. And we also had a spectacular time on our Saturday night with Sarah Spiritual. We had a great time manifesting on the full moon. We were releasing a lot, and we had a fabulous connection with all of you. I do hope you continue to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Let's see what questions we've got for ourselves on our Facebook page. Sunny Cower. She says, hey, Sarah, please let me know if I see her and Thomas getting married in the very near future. And so she gives us the date of birth here. So let me check this for you. So the first thing that I do see here is very interesting. This year is a very powerful year for you for the union and connection and the near future. As I move you into the energy of after your birthday, I feel like the energy begins to heat up, is the words they give me, in the direction. And I feel as if the February month of 2022 opens up the energy of the very near future of marriage for you and Thomas. So this year will be a deciding factor of growing closer after your birthday. Things heat up, and then, girl, get me to the church on time. It's going to be an interesting journey in this journey to the church, but I do see a marriage coming for the two of you. And Thomas is a little quiet about things at times, but just trust the feelings and you won't be disappointed. And Sunny, thank you so much for following us on our Facebook page. Who else do we have on Facebook? Wayne Rodriguez. Thank you, Wayne Rodriguez, for reaching out to us on Facebook and always following us on our Facebook page. Thank you for your blessings from God. And how much long must they continue to, what is the rest of the question on this Facebook page, please?
Please help me, 9/17/58.
Okay.
My life being of 180.
So their life did a 180, so we are not quite where we want to be, Wayne Rodriguez, but it is my spirit guides are making me feel like it's a detour, and there'll be a U-turn that'll put you back on track, but with a different scenic route. Wayne Rodriguez, I do feel like there is abundance and work coming to you that is going to make things easier for you in the finances and the journey of career. I know you feel a little restricted right now. Hold the faith, hold the vision. Good things are coming for you, Wayne Rodriguez. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. We're going to pull one more from Facebook before we go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. We've got Dave Katie. And Dave says, hey, I would love to hear a message from Spirit because my life just did a 180. So please help me. So that's very interesting. So we've got a lot of people whose lives are changing here. So let's just see here. Dave Katie. You know, Dave, here's the best part about you. You plan, you figure, you have everything worked out. But now life threw you a surprise and you're not sure how you're going to manage this change. Emotionally and physically, I'm feeling as if you're feeling drained. And I do feel as if the energy that is coming for you is here to help you move yourself in the direction of balance. And I see a connection that is going to bring balance in your life. And I see the potential for you, Dave, to make a move. So if this is something that you're looking to do, it will be a great time for you to move coming into the summertime. Dave, you're very supported from the other side. You have the loved ones on the other side that are supporting you. I'm placing the energy of female energy. Feels more like mother than grandmother, but is in the female energy of the parent of you. So this is what I'm going to say to you. Dave, know that you are supported. Know that this is going to be short-lived, this 180 that's throwing you off balance. And Dave, I want you to hold the vision of what you would like the outcome to be, and do not lose yourself in the things that have taken you off track. Get some more rest, because you are definitely mentally exhausted, and the turnaround will come by the end of March. Things are going to be looking a lot better for you. Thanks, Dave Katie, for your Facebook question. Let's take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to come back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. I'm just loving connecting with all of you here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. Don't go away. You know, we'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with?
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
For the most extensive multicultural array of spiritual products, classes, and healing services in a comfortable and convenient setting, you must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza in West Palm Beach. There you'll find the products, services, and spiritual development classes to help you bridge the gap between you and your spiritual connection. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Habitat Plaza, West Palm Beach. Call them at 561-682-0955 or online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. For yourself or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Habitat Plaza, Okeechobee Boulevard, West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit them on the web at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met
you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we are answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. I've got to go to Hollandale. I've got Joey on the line. Joey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfectly, Joey.
Great. Well, I'm just really, I think I'm exhausted, but I'm at the point where kind of like the first gentleman said, I'm like, am I overworking myself? Am I burning myself out doing too many readings? And I also lost like a little emerald ring that kind of spoke to me, and that it was doing its work. And I'm trying to think, am I not catching up to enough sleep? Am I not doing...
Joey,
but I believe in myself.
You believe in yourself, yes, but let's play back a little bit here. So let's roll back the tape. So we lost an emerald ring, but I don't believe the ring is lost. So I just want to make a note of that. The emerald ring is not gone, okay? Second of all, you're only doing too much if you think you're doing too much. You're only doing too much if you're feeling overwhelmed. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're doing too much. It makes no difference what the action is. It is when we do too much, we get overwhelmed. If you're not feeling overwhelmed, then you're not doing too much. You are doing what you feel compelled to do. So follow what comes in front of you. As you know, Joey, you are pacing yourself for what is your soul's evolution. You have not arrived there yet. There is more for you to understand and more to come. But it is for you to sit in humility and gratitude and just ride the wave. And when the physical body feels that it has done too much, you take a break. And then you continue until you reach the destination that is ultimately the soul's physical journey here on Earth. We all know we've got another journey, but none of us are leaving the planet just yet. So for now, it is for you to pace yourself humbly and gracefully. And in that work, you will not be overwhelmed in any way, shape, or form. It would make no difference whether you shined shoes, mopped a floor, served people, or did readings. Whatever you do with a humble, grateful heart is exactly what is to be done at the moment.
Okay, it makes sense because it's mostly what it's been just worried that the money's not going to be sufficient, that I'm going to fall. I don't believe that. I think I'm just tired.
Well, or you, like the other gentleman, like Steve in Broward County, are looking at past things that did not work out, that had a story that you were all excited about, and then the story took a turn. You place your trust and faith in other people. They let you down. But now you're not placing your trust and faith in anyone else. You are placing your trust and your faith in your relationship with your guides, your angels, and God, and within yourself, your own soul. So we need not look to the right. We need not look to the left. Just solely look straight ahead. And with the head looking forward, but yet eyes down in humility, move forward. A boastful spirit will never get where the spirit should go. So it is for you to hold the vision. All right? Thank you so much, Joey.
I have to agree because, like, I just did, like, a prayerful meditation, and you were right. I heal when I help heal others.
Right.
And I think you'll think it's cute. The emerald said, I'm here in the house, but I'm doing the work because when you meet their partner, you may want another emerald ring.
Well, the ring will pop up. That's all I know. If the ring is talking to you, and I know you're not one step away from cuckoo, then it is what it is. Okay. All right, Joey, thank you so much. We appreciate your calling into the show.
You're so beautiful.
All right, thank you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. We're going right back to the phone lines. And with a grateful heart, I'm going to skip on over to Ken in Fort Pierce. Ken, how are you doing? Good to connect with you, Ken. How can I assist you tonight?
I'm actually doing a follow-up.
Yes.
I called you about 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I was the last caller, and you were zoning in on my mom visiting some relatives.
Yes.
And I also had a strange dream a couple days thereafter, which I'm kind of want to talk about, but not talk about because one of your listeners kind of gets a little upset about some stuff and anxiety. But you were saying how she was holding her wrist, and
Yes.
I did find out that was a family member was having some issues with her wrist.
Okay. Well,
But I was just wondering if my mom is visiting anybody, and in this particular dream, it's kind of
kind of evident that she is, and with an eerie kind of way, because it was a little off-putting to you, this dream, was it not?
What's that?
It was a little off-putting to you, the dream. Kind of left you a little shaken, yes? The dream?
More like questioning.
Okay.
You know, who this... basically what was happening is I was trying to get to the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a child.
Yes.
You know, not me personally, but...
Right.
And one of the people that I was trying to get a hold of was my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And all I kept on hearing was this name, Francesca.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea who Francesca is, and you know, I'm like I said, I'm kind of wondering if she's checking in my daughter and making sure she's okay and keeping her safe and stuff like that. And what that, if you see what that may have meant.
Well, that's a great question. So first, let's look at this. The word or name Francesca. File that. The one thing I've learned with spirit and dreams is never take a word or a vision and try to jam it in what we think is a round or a square hole. Just let it be and hold it, because it could be a year from now, it could be a week from now, and then Francesca may come up and you may go, now I get it. So some things are meant for us to discover on our own, for us to have an aha moment, a connection with the divine. Mm-hmm. So when I go to the energy and I step into the placement of the mother, I also am made aware that there is a man standing next to her about her age. So when I see her stand next to this man, father has passed, please, or is this her brother? Because he's standing right next to her.
I don't know. I haven't heard if my uncle has passed or not.
Okay.
I would think that I would have been told about that.
You would have been told, I'm sure, but there's a man standing next to her in the position of someone who is her age, or her age range, give or take a few years, but this is the thing, and there's a man standing next to her. So I'll leave that for now until I get some more information with that. But so the first thing that she shows me is that there's a man who stands next to her in the age range of a brother or a spouse, someone in that same generational state. So then I also am made aware that she's giving me the number 3, like there's 3 people connected to her in family. Who are these 3 people, please, connected to her?
I don't know. I mean, my grandmother, her parents and my dad's parents have all passed.
Okay, but her parents, no, this is here on earth. It is not on the heavens. So who is in her family? We have her brother. Who else is there, please?
That's it, just her brother. Okay. That's all she has here is her. So
the number 3 is, she keeps going to me number 3, so I don't let go if they keep holding the 3. The number 3 has to do with her. Either the number, it's number 3. It's not even the March month. Number 3. So I'm going to give you that as well, Ken. Okay?
I don't know.
Well, you're going to hold on to that, because when we get it, and it'll all come for us. And then the next thing she makes me aware of is that I got to go to you, Ken. Lower abdomen, stomach. We're having some problems in the stomach area. Ken, please. She's telling me something about stomach area. I feel like she's talking about you, not talking about herself.
Not really.
Okay. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that, Ken. But Mom is very much with you, and I know that these things will make sense to you. The number 3, the man who stands next to her in the age range of her as well. These are all things that she's still not letting go of, so I have to hold on to that because she's not letting go of that. And you may hang up the phone and go, oh, now I know what Sarah meant in the... Yeah, see, who has 3 kids? Who has 3 kids? Who's 3 in the family? Who's 3? She keeps giving me 3. Has to do with family.
I don't know. I mean, my sister only has 2 kids that I'm all aware of. I only have the one.
Okay.
So that's 3 there.
Unless she's talking about her
grandchildren.
unless she's talking about her 3 grandchildren, but she's clearly giving me the number 3. So I can't back down. But you ask if she's checking on people, looking out after people. She gives me the number 3. There is a man standing next to her, so there is. Yeah. Do you know your uncle's birthday, please?
Oh God, I don't even know. I know he's older than my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a year or 2 older.
And then, who is the number 12 or the month of December, please, here in the family?
My nephew was born in December.
Okay. Because she's talking about December, and he's connected to your sister, please, yes?
Yeah, that's your son.
Okay. And the nephew's been going through a tough time in his life right now. Does this make sense to you, please? Because it seems like he's trying to get himself in sync and on track, and he's not 100% at this time, yes?
Yeah, he's got some, he's got the,
okay, hold on.
The attention disorder. They're, I forget what they call it.
But it's really affecting his confidence, his concentration, his ability to really project himself and feel secure in himself. I feel like he's going through a rough time. This is what your mom's making me aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Your dream, hold on to that name. Something will come of it. Mom is visiting people. And I also feel as if Mom did go to your sister. You know, the interesting thing about your sister is, according to your mom, sometimes she gets a little over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And so she pushes the energy away, Ken. And sometimes we need to be calm. It's like when you try to force something or you try to push, you cannot let it flow the way it needs to flow. And it's like she's trying so hard to connect to your mother. She wants so much to talk to your mother. She's feeling left out. It's harder for Mom to bridge through because she's creating a wall that blocks the exact thing that she says she wants.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. So your sister needs to calm the heck down. So not sure who,
oh, yeah.
I'm not sure who your sister is, but let me just tell you, your sister needs to calm the heck down.
Oh, yeah.
Mom is with all of you. Please know that. I would check on your uncle because I do feel like there's a health issue there. And it'll be really interesting to know who this man is connected to your mom. I will continue to talk to her after the show. Let's see if I can get a little more feedback, and you do some research for me as well, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken, for calling. Greatly appreciate having you join us tonight. God bless you. All right. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. We've got some classes coming up. I do want to tell you about all the classes we've got coming up, so we're going to give you the lineup, please. I sure hope you join me March 11th. And March 11th is our Learn to Connect to the Archangels. And the Archangels are going to assist you. Archangel Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, and Uriel. Would you like to have a conversation with the angels and know that you connected? Would you like to know what you can do on a daily basis to broaden and deepen this connection with the 4 archangels? Would you like to feel like you got your 4 best buds right by your side? We're going to teach you how to bridge this connection to the 4 archangels and what symbols they utilize and what rituals you can do to form a deeper connection and how they can assist you in day-to-day life. Sign up for our Archangel class. We've got a coupon code, and that will make our class only $12 on March 11th. Then we've got another class coming up, and this is a big healing class. If you want healing, emotional, physical, spiritual healing, if you need assistance, if you want to feel like you've connected to the master teachers, this is the class for you. I do hope you share it with everyone who could use healing. This class is my favorite class to teach, and more importantly, we are going to align you and introduce you to the masters and go to a very special crystal cave that I am privy to that they host on the other side, and we are all going to connect there together, and I'm going to lead you to the Ascended Master Crystal Cave. That is on March 18th, and that class is only $11. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to our phone lines, especially to talk to our favorite astrologer, Stacie Haller. She's got some updates for us, and we want to hear what she has to say. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know we're going to be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change?
are among you. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to sarah@sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed, there is a door opening up for everyone here at WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. Mr. Producer, don't let the door hit you on the way out, let me tell you. Okay, so we are going back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470, but I got a special caller to take before your calls because I got a feeling that there's something going on in the planets. And listen, 2020, what was that? So we've had a rough, rocky time. So rocky-docky that I feel like some of us don't even know whether we're coming or going. And we kind of bumped and rolled into 2021. Some of us are still crawling. And the planets, they weren't really helping us. They were making us feel very supported. And then we just came out of, and we're still lagging out of, the dreaded Mercury retrograde. So that was February. Now we're coming into March. And I said, well, if I got the Saints go marching in, I got to make sure that we're going to be marching forward here. Because I was like saying, Stacie, we really need you every month to give us an update. Stacie Haller, we need to make sure that we're on the right track because we do not want to get sideswiped. We don't want to get flipped on our head. We are tired of all this rough energy. I sound like a dog begging for its treats, but I got to tell you, I put into call to Stacie. I said, are you ready, Stacie? And she says, Sarah, I got it under control. So let's hear what Stacie has to tell us about our March astrological report. Stacie Haller, how are you tonight?
Excited to talk to you about March tonight.
Good, because when the Saints go marching in. I'm like, I'm ready to march somewhere. I don't know where I'm going, Stacie. So it's been an interesting Mercury retrograde. And it's been an emotional time for a lot of people. As someone who sits across from people, as I know you do, I have to share with you before we get into the conversation of what's coming. I have had more people having meltdowns, not knowing who they are, crying, and ready one step away from the cuckoo's nest, more in these past 40-something days than all of 2020. So, Stacie, where have we been? What the heck is going on, and what's coming?
Well, your topic tonight was so pertinent for what's coming. And it's all about the beliefs, right, and what we want moving forward. And now, coming into March, it's a very rare occurrence, and some years this never happens, but all the planets are direct. Now, I know we're still in the bit of shadow for the Mercury retrograde. That will totally end on the 13th. But every planet, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, they're all direct. So the universe and the planetary energies are helping us to move forward, and it's tied to what we believe in. So when we want to make the changes, the universe is telling us now the changes we want to make, we need to move forward, and they will support us for the long-term changes we want. It's almost like, if I could sing as good as you, I would sing I Could See Clearly now, because it's like everything is parted, everything is moving direct, and will support what we want. So it has to be tied to what we believe we can do and put the work into it, and the universe is supporting us.
And that journey is something that we can take action with the things that maybe we've been holding off on because of different happenings in the world and maybe the resistance in the planet. So what happens if someone wants to hit the go button? Are we supported? Everything's going to be good?
Yes. In the short answer, yes. But let me explain what that means. I know in the last couple of months, with all the different planets in retrograde, it was forcing us to look at ourselves, to stay inside like we've all been doing, to look at our lives, to assess. And now, having gone through all the assessments and having gone through the retrogrades and having gone through being confined in our homes, in society, now it's lightening up and the universe is saying, okay, now I'm going to support you, but you need to do the work. And it's going to allow us to start to finally be able to make progress instead of looking backwards. So in all areas of our lives, and we could talk about the different planetary energies that are helping us, we could finally move forward. Now, this will go on until almost the end of April. April 27th, Pluto goes back into retrograde. But until then, it's the changes that we want to make, that we could put into progress. The energies are telling us they can be long-lasting. This is not a fleeting moment. This is a moment for us to take our beliefs and be able to move forward.
So, Stacie, let's talk about Pluto for a moment. What does Pluto influence for all of us?
Pluto is the transformation. Pluto is allowing us to make the big changes in our lives, all right? And when Pluto is moving forward, it is forcing us to make those changes. It's giving us the green light over everything that we're doing. So Pluto has been strong all along for us, but now that all the other planets are going direct and the energies are supporting us, it's even stronger than ever. So transformation is in the air. It's allowing us some more freedom. So, for example, everybody wants to know about love. Venus is exalted in Pisces, and it's direct. So relationships could move forward. It's a great month to start a new relationship. It's a great month to go after that person you're thinking about that maybe you weren't approaching before. Go for it. Marriage, relationships, that could all move forward, especially with Venus in Pisces. Now is definitely the time.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about people in a relationship and the relationship's there and it's progressing, but it's just kind of in that moment of it's just there. Is this the time they move forward and they take the next step in the relationship because the momentum will take the relationship to the next level as long as both parties are in favor of that and it will be a favorable engagement or marriage? How does that translate in relationships when we say the planets are like supporting? How does that influence a relationship, particularly in a love relationship?
You're always working on your own journey and with your own natal chart and your blueprint and your karma that you're working out, but the energy is allowing you to move forward in that direction. And it's opening up the energy that you can progress. It's especially a good time to start new things. Now, if you're in a relationship and it's been stagnant, the energy will open up to get some movement there. Now, in your own journey, the right thing may be to move forward and leave that for another relationship that is waiting there for you. But it will open up the ears. Instead of looking backwards in all your relationships, the time is to look forward, and you'll be supported in that way. But it's an especially good time to start new ones. If you're single and you wanted to go after that person that you liked, do it now. If you were thinking about marriage, now is the time that you can move forward. So I will always say our own journeys are very individual, and that's when we go to our own individual horoscopes and natal charts. But the overall energy that Venus, exalted in Pisces this month, is really allowing us to move forward in a really positive direction. And anything new that we start can be long-lasting.
So let's also talk about Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde was an interesting one this past few weeks. And now we've got the lag of the little bit of the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. So what may have come up for people in these past few weeks, and I know it's dependent on people's natal charts and what their personal journeys are, but what are some of the aspects that may have come up for people during Mercury retrograde that now they can take action? And I'm going to, before you answer the question, I'm going to say something else. So we had a caller a little while ago, Steve in Broward County, and Steve was questioning his moving forward and direction because he was looking at his history. And a few minutes ago, I heard you say, you know, now is not the time to look back at your past failures and where you've been. It's your time to set your sights moving forward. But I know, as I said to you in the beginning of this contact tonight, that people were going through a lot of emotional things. So what did this Mercury retrograde bring to the forefront that now, in order to go direct, people need to pay attention to or focus on letting go so they can make this movement in a forward motion? Because we all know we as humans are our own worst enemies at times. So what can you share on with that, please?
Well, when we were talking about the Mercury retrograde last month in particular, we talked about that it was in Aquarius. And Aquarius is our thinking, the way we think. And Aquarius is generally a forward thinking, new in the future. But in the retrograde, it made us analyze where we've been. What have we been doing? What could we do differently? You know, it's the re-month, rethink, redo. So that's when everybody was looking back and going through, what have I been through? What do I want? What's been happening? But as we're moving out of the retrograde, and Mercury's going to be moving into Pisces on the 16th. So it's going to allow us to then stop looking at the past, taking the evaluations that we did. What did we draw out of the retrograde? What did we learn in reevaluating the things we were looking at? And what could we do differently to actually make it happen? We're going to be moving from the thinking to the feeling, into Pisces, into making it happen. And that'll keep us moving forward. So I'm not surprised to hear that we were all kind of looking at where we've been and what's going on and get buried into some of the things that we were not happy about going on. But it was a time to take a look to figure out what could we change, what do we want to do differently moving forward. And as we come out of the shadow and as we're moving from Aquarius into Pisces with Mercury, that will allow us to be able to take more action into what we want to do and to make the changes after we've done our evaluation.
And this will assist us in the major transformation. So I'm going to just skip us ahead a bit, Stacie, because I know my listeners and I know we all like to kind of anticipate what's coming. So we're going to seize the opportunity of all the planets being direct. And Pluto, planet of transformation, is kind of really pushing us down the path. what may we pay attention to the most with Pluto as we get ready for the end of April? When you said it goes retrograde, and I know, okay, you'll say that's April's report, but we want to capitalize on this movement. How could we get caught off guard with the planet Pluto if we don't focus on what areas? Because when Pluto goes retrograde, what is that going to do to shift us all in our transformative time?
It will slow us down to reconsider again, but while Pluto's energy is strong right now, it's in Capricorn. Capricorn is material, real things, earthly things, things that we can make happen. So it's very grounding since it's in Capricorn. So I would say the opportunity now, with Pluto being direct in Capricorn, is the time to start to make those changes, take the steps. The pedal meets the metal. And then at the end of April, it will slow us down again to take a look at what we've been doing and to reassess as before we move forward again. But it's interesting that it is in Capricorn because that will give us the ability to actually make things happen right now.
Right, and Capricorn also represents accountability, correct?
Yes, well, Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, so yes, it's the responsibility, but it's also very tangible. It's very earthly. It's very material. So it's not just esoteric. It's the transformation can really convert into real things in your everyday life.
And then in business, those who are ready to make a change in work or career, or someone who wants to start a new business or recognize they need to let go of a business so that something new can start, this transformative time with Pluto, Capricorn being tangible, tactical, things I can actualize, these will all be very well supported as well, because we also know there's a lot of people coming out of this pandemic that talk about transformation, Stacie. They are forced to transform themselves, and that requires a new direction, new career, letting go of a business, or taking a business in a new direction, opening a new aspect of business. Share with us what they can look forward to, because many people listening are at exactly that moment.
And I speak to people all the time, too. A lot of us are in that situation. Well, I will tell you, along with Pluto, Mars is in Gemini, and it's direct also. So with Mars in Gemini, the air sign, the thinking sign, that will let us plans move ahead. So it is a great time to start a new job, to start a new career, to make those changes, a new project. So the energy is supporting those changes. I know many of us have been evaluating what to do, what new business, what new project, how am I going to maneuver my life for the next steps. So certainly Mars is also supporting it, and the changes that we could make now and the new projects and the new careers we could move to are also highlighted by Jupiter in Aquarius, which is going to give us the opportunity and the good fortune to make it long term. The message is we have to do the work. Right. It's not just going to happen to us, and I think it's tied to believing we can. But between Mars and Jupiter, for sure, the changes we make or the new projects or the new jobs or the new directions we move to within the next month and a half will be definitely supported for the long-term success.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Stacie. And how can everyone reach you, Stacie, if they want to know what their individual journey is, particularly regarding their career, their life, and maybe even this new love energy that's kind of percolating around? Since it is unique to each individual, how can they learn more about their own individual natal chart?
You could reach me at destinyinthestars.com. You could go on site there, send me an email, ask me a question, see the different things that we could look at for every individual. Because it's wonderful when we talk about all the energies that affect all of us. But then individually we could talk about, well, where exactly in my life is that affecting me right now? Right. So I welcome anyone to come and chat, reach out to me, destinyinthestars.com.
Okay, thank you so much, Stacie, for joining us as we march on in a new direction with all planets going direct. Can't wait to hear what's going to be coming up in April. Thank you always for taking time to share your wisdom and insight in astrology with all of us. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye for now.
Bye, Sarah. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
888-565-1470. You were listening to Stacie Holler. DestinyInTheStars.com is where you can learn more about your astrological natal chart and ask Stacie a question. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we have Facebook questions, YouTube questions, and of course our phone lines. They're a-hopping at 888-565-1470. Stay with us. Don't go away. You know, we'll be right back.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to sarah@sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and We have to go back to the phone lines, and I've got to talk to Brenda. Brenda is in Deerfield Beach. Brenda, how are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you, and very much thank you for taking my phone call. I was looking for a radio station, and when I heard your voice, it sounds so beautiful, so calm, and I decided to stop there, and there is quite a time when I'm listening to you.
Well, we welcome you to the show, and this is a really important time for you to stay settled in your life. Can you shut the radio behind you so that we can just not hear that in the background, please?
Yeah,
thank
just a moment.
We welcome you to the show, and this is a really important time for you. There we go. So
Okay,
I'll pick up where I left off. It's a really good time for you right now, Brenda. It is a time where I feel like you're looking at finances, you're wondering about finances, but this is meant to be a solid year for you. I feel like you've been feeling a little trapped, a little stuck right now. Does this make sense to you? Yes?
Oh, so much,
Yes.
so much.
And they also
So
make
much.
me feel like the angels have been around you for a while. And they give me this really, really strong feeling of Archangel Michael around you, the angel of protection. And they also make me feel as if in the years gone past, in the years of you being a child, life was very hard, very difficult at that time. Does this make sense to you? Yes?
It was awful.
Yes.
It was awful.
And I will share
All
with
the
you.
time.
I will share with you that there's a woman who passed. This woman stands above you. She tells me she's your mother. And she lets me know that she too had a rough, difficult time. And it was difficult for her to show love and be loving all the time because there was so much worry and aggravation and hurt and pain and struggles and poverty. It was a very scary time for you as a child. This is true, yes?
It was very hard for her to leave.
Yes.
It was very hard for me to just accept the bad things that she did against me because she probably couldn't support me.
She couldn't. And for this, and this is why she shows here, Brenda, and it's so important for you to know that she wasn't able to give you what she would have wanted because her life was so difficult before you came into her life, and she did not know how to show love. She did not know how to support you. And she is in the energy of God's divine light and love. But from this moment that she connects with me, Brenda, I want you to know that your mother is sending you much compassion, much love, and much support. As if she could not give it to you here on earth, she is offering it to you from above. And she does ask that you, in the energy of love, allow her to be forgiven from you because she is in the energy of God's divine love where all is in divine perfection. But she asks that you forgive her for she did the best she could. This is what she says to me.
I had a problem with that.
Yes, I understand. And this is why she asks that you open your heart, and you do not have to do that. But she is making, and I do not know you. We have never spoken before. But your mother, she is so much around you, and what she could not do for you in the physical, she will do for you from the other side to make sure that you are okay right now.
Is there any advice that they can give it to me? Because in a few months, I'm not going to have any money, and the question is if I'm going to find some work or if I'm going to be homeless.
And remember, we talk about money being a concern, and this is the time that we have money on the mind, but you are going to be okay, and there is going to be some work that comes for you, and you will be able to support yourself. It is a very scary time, we understand that, but there is money that will come to you so that you are not afraid the way you are. And we say to you, please do not give in to the fear, but trust that God will deliver you from wherever you are financially.
Well, it's so comforting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Brenda. Thank you so much for listening. We do hope that you continue to listen. We're on every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. I hope you continue to listen to us.
Thank you very much. I always will.
Thank you. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. I've got to go back to the phone lines. I've got Mary. And Mary, she's in Lantana. Mary, how are you tonight? Hi,
you.
hi,
Hi.
Mary. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, Mary. And
I'm
how
good.
how can I assist you tonight?
Well, I have some concerns about my health issues. All of a sudden, I have issues with my health. My health has been good and everything. I had a stroke out of nowhere. I don't know. I just want some answers if I'm going to be okay.
You will be okay, Mary. Out of nowhere, but the body was out of balance. Yes. Well, was there a blood pressure issue prior to this, Mary? Please.
Yeah.
Okay. And was the blood pressure not being managed correctly, please, Mary? Because I feel
No,
like
it's being managed. It was being managed. I was on medicine for that.
yes, but were we checking? Was it being monitored regularly? No. Okay. So I feel like, and if you were here right now, you'd see me drawing on my paper. I'm drawing spikes. So I feel like there were some spikes in the blood pressure that went unnoticed, because this is what they're telling me, and it just caught you and your physical body off guard. You will recuperate. You will be back to normal. I feel as if this is a slow, steady pace. They give me the number 3 for 3 months. You'll be feeling strong, and they're going to give you whatever they need to give you to balance the blood and allow things to flow better, Mary. Okay?
Oh, God bless you. Oh,
It'll be
thank
all
you.
right. It'll be all right, Mary. And we want you to talk to Archangel Raphael. If you're open, Archangel Raphael is the healing angel, and he will bring you the healing energy that you need. And, you know, I am a believer of St. Lazarus. Lazarus is the healer as well. So if you're open to that, Mary, talk to St. Lazarus as well. And this will give you all the healing energy that you need. All right, my dear?
Oh, yes. I've been calling Archangel Raphael.
Oh, right next to you, honey. All right, perfect, Mary.
Oh,
Thank
my
you.
God.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Bye for now.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And we're going to go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. We've got to go to April. April is in Savannah. So, April, how you doing tonight?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great, April. And this is a great time for you to expand to new horizons. I'm seeing business opportunities. Are you networking and trying to connect to people to connect for more business for yourself?
Okay.
I see growth coming for you. Are you looking to have business or grow a business, please, April?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is your year to expand, okay? I want you to think big. Take the limits off your thinking. Take the power and put it in your belief, and believe that you are the woman who, I am the woman who is successful. Abundance flows to me in ease and grace, and I am expanding every day. And this is the energy that is supporting you. You heard Stacie talk about the planets pushing you direct, but you've got the support of your guides and your angels, and they have been pushing you to make some changes. I want to go back, April, and I need to go back, and I have to go back to, oh, goodness gracious, I have to go back to 2012. 2012 was a time of change for you, please. You kind of went through your own personal metamorphosis about 8 years ago, please. There was a move then or something, yes, please, because I feel like changes were all around you. And April, this is what set you up to be where you are now. Have you always lived in Savannah, or were you somewhere else and now you've relocated to Savannah?
No, I'm April Brown from West Palm Beach.
Oh, okay. So why do they say you're from Savannah? I don't know.
No, I'm in Savannah.
Oh,
I'm in Savannah.
You're in, all right, because I'm like, I don't feel you living in Savannah. I felt like you lived somewhere else before that. I'm like, you may be in Savannah, but I feel like you're somewhere else. Okay, April, time for expansion, time for growth, business growth. Nothing, you know what song I hear? Ain't no stopping us now. I'm on the move. There's movement coming here for you, April, and it's growth. What is your question for me, April, please?
Well, I'm actually closed down a daycare in Revere Beach.
Okay.
And I'm in Savannah in some training for another area of work, another field, and I just want to know, am I in the right place? Is this, is this what's supposed to be happening? Because I had, a little incident today that questions it. So I just wanted to know, am I on the right road, or is it something else I should be doing?
This is an important next step for you. Does this lead you to a new business opportunity, April, please, what you're venturing in right now?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
Does it lead you to a new business venture? Yes, it does, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it has more of a financial wheeling and dealing kind of feel to it, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Even though this is what happened and you're feeling a little out of sorts, press through this, because this is indicative of some of the people that are associated with it and around you, but it's not indicative of the experience and how it will play out for you. Am I making sense? What threw you off was more people and personalities than the actual task at hand.
Yes.
Okay. Take personality and the person out of the story. Keep your eye on the goal and the vision. What brought you there? What directed you? Focus on what you want to get out of it, and don't fall into the traps of other people's perceptions, illusions, and personalities.
Okay.
Okay? Stay the course, April. Thank you so much for calling. So glad that you were able to connect with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. See you soon. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go back to the phone lines. We're going to go to Facebook. We're going to do all we can to connect with as many people as we can right here at WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we are going to be right back.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to sarah@sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Have we met before? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are Spiritually Speaking with all of you all across the nation. I'm popping on Facebook, and I just happened to open up the Facebook feed, which I don't get to do much, but I got a question that caught my eye as they get ready to prep me with some other questions. But I got Jennifer Salavano, and Jennifer says, hey, I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Gemini, and he's a Capricorn. Currently, we're a little separated. And she says, I've been going through a lot, and I need to know what it is, but I need to be doing next. You know, Jennifer, the interesting thing here is, should you move on? Should I stay or should I go is the question here. And, you know, Jennifer, you're two totally different people. And I feel like he's being a little elusive, not quite connective. And I feel like you're looking for someone who's a little more transparent. And I'm also feeling that there's some coldness and selfishness associated with him that is starting to rub you the wrong way. This is not a relationship to chase. This is a relationship for him to step up to the plate and show you if he is ready to be the partner you desire. But if he does not do anything in that direction, it is for you to choose the path of picking new path direction, new life, love direction, and shifting gears. This may not be what you want to hear, Jennifer Silvano, but it is what it can be for you, a better relationship in the future if we let go of the belief of who you thought he was. You may always choose to care about him, but he may not be the man you thought he was. Sit with that for a bit, Jennifer Silvano on Facebook, and give us some feedback, and be sure to stay in contact with us. This is going to look like it's going to get very interesting before you come to resolution. Let's see what other questions we have on Facebook here. Let's see. We've got Felicia Richardson. She says, hey, does my husband have someone else? Does he love me? Is he seeing a woman behind my back? Does he truly love me? Truly, truly? Aspa with my Sarah spiritual eye. Sometimes I think I need to be a detective here. What I first see here is that your husband is going through a major upheaval within himself. And I feel like 2 years ago was very difficult. And he's starting to come back and get in the groove for himself. Does your husband have someone else? They are not showing me the betrayal energy or the betrayal symbol. So I feel as if he is just distracted and not really involved in connecting to the relationship. Somehow he seems to have emotionally checked out. So you need to move yourself forward in the direction of better communication and spending a little more quality time together. And this too shall move us forward to a new direction, Felicia. So don't throw in the towel. And does he love you? He does love you, but he's just kind of caught up in his own world. So don't let your imagination run away with you. Thank you so much. Who else do we have here on the Facebook feed? Grace Paulus. Grace Paulus says, hey, Sarah, a good friend of mine is suffering with depression right now, and she gives me her birthday. So she wants to know what we can recommend for her, and I do feel like your friend will pull out of this. It's been a difficult time for your friend. Your friend went through a major transition in her energy. When I spin her forward, I kind of go back to 2019. I feel like it's been a rough time for her. So whatever shift and change it in her personal life in 2019 kind of set the stage for this depression. And as far as your birthday, I do feel as if you're going through your major transition that will lead you to find more balance, more financial wellness in career, and then the balance between career and personal life. So just trust that your friend, Grace Paulus, will be all right, and you are on the path of balance and well-being. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another question from Facebook, and we got Marquisha Gonzalez. Marquisha Gonzalez, hello, thanks for joining us. I was just wondering if you see us buying a house this year. I do see you buying a house this year, Marquisha, and I see that the house time seems to have a feeling like happy birthday. It's going to kind of come on or around your birthday month, Marquisha. So keep counting those pennies and making those plans to move and ease on down the road, because I see a new home in your future. Thanks, Marquisha Gonzalez, for your Facebook question. We're going to go back to the phone lines. I'm going to go back to 888-565-1470, and I'm going to go to Stephanie, and Stephanie is in Palm Beach Gardens. Stephanie, how are you?
Hey, Sarah. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, Stephanie, and how can I assist you tonight?
I just wanted to see if Spirit had... There's always a message, but I wanted to see what message Spirit had for me tonight.
Well, Stephanie, this is a time for you to really embrace yourself and learn to love yourself and learn to know what you bring to the table in any relationship that you're in, and what your gifts are, and also what your responsibility is in some of the things that did not play the way maybe you anticipated. I feel like there's a lot of healing of wounds inside of you. Makes me feel like a lot of old feelings are coming back up, a lot of healing of past hurts. And I don't know if there's a past love that has popped back up, but I feel as if there's a love energy around you. And I feel as if you're healing past love relationships. So one needs to be careful that one does not, in the pattern of familiarity, make one fall back into the patterns of negativity. So one must find the path that is free and clear and is not comfortable because it's familiar, but is comfortable because if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad, right? We have to feel the feeling and move you forward. I hear Sheryl Crow in my head. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. So we've got that energy of stepping into your personal happiness, but also they show you much like, as is the picture they give me, a little puppy off in the side or a dog licking their paw because they have a little cut on their paw, and you're kind of licking your wounds, which makes me feel as if you've been recently wounded or an old wound came back up, and you're questioning whether it's going to happen again. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm doing counseling and, talking about it and re-feeling all of it is definitely bringing a lot back up.
Okay, then thank you for that confirmation, because sometimes I feel like you're like a dog licking their wounds in the corner going, oh my God, it hurts. But this too shall pass, Stephanie. It is a clear path for you in these next 8 weeks. Choose what is in your heart. Choose what will set you free, and all will be well, Stephanie.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for calling. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We are going to go to Marie, and Marie is in Miami. Marie, how you doing tonight?
Hey, how are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well, Marie, and how can we assist you?
I was calling to see if things are going well with my finances and marriage life.
Your marriage life? Girl?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, what are we asking about that for? Okay, so let me just tell you this, all right? So my spirit guides are like, what's she asking about that for? Like, she knows that answer already. Like, what's she asking that for? You already know that things are out of sorts there, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we asking?
Would things get better between us? Because I'm kind of, I'm really running out of patience.
Yes, you got one foot out the door. So that's why my spirit goes, what's she asking? Like, Lord, what is this woman talking about? Like, why are we asking about what we already know?
Right.
Should I stay or should I go? Of course, that's your free will. But Marie, it's one thing if personalities are a little misaligned. We can learn to live with each other's personalities. It's another thing if you don't know where you stand or where the truth and the illusion begin. Oh, yes, I said that.
Right.
Okay, so do you know where you stand? Do you know who you are to this person? Do you feel like the window is transparent and we could see through, or do they have some kind of mirrored glass put up and you're not sure, all you see is your reflection and things are being deflected back on you like you be the problem?
We'll have good days, and it's just, I don't know, I just feel like I just can't trust him.
Exactly,
really
because then if you ask, you're the problem.
Right. I'm always bringing up stuff when I'm just trying to get to the bottom of everything and trying to figure things out.
But I want to make a suggestion. Your next job should be a detective agency, because then you can ask all the questions you want.
Right.
But this person is not sharing with you answers and trying to make you think you're one step away from Cocoa Puffs. Okay? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
You're not crazy. There's not authenticity completely here, but it doesn't matter at this point. You put your head on the pillow and you don't know where you stand in the relationship.
Right.
So if you cannot feel safe and comfortable in the relationship, then we need to take action to get the relationship to move forward and become better, like go to counseling, or we need to put our next foot out the door and make a choice to create a new life. Remember what the astrologer Stacie said, the planets are direct and they're trying to help move you forward. Oh, when the saints come marching in, you got to go march, honey. You got to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have that feeling here.
Okay.
Financially, this will be a year of some financial growth and upswing for you personally. But don't stay where you don't feel like the
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Don't stay where you don't feel as if the person has you as a primary interest.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, Marie. Thank you so much for calling. Bye for now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470. You know, I love when Spirit comes to us and says, okay, really? You keep asking the question. You ask it of yourself. You ask it of the universe. We present you with more evidence to support the case either way, and you're still looking as if you didn't get any answers. You have to focus on what is being put before you, and someone is either into you and loves you and showing up for you, or they're not. Pure and simple. We're going to go back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And I've got Art Timia from Texas. Let's see what we've got going on.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you tonight?
Fine. Trying to hang my feet together. Going to our last thing.
So let me ask you, how did you hear about the show? Is this your first time calling?
Yes.
So could you lower the television? Sounds like we're watching cartoons or something.
Yeah, my granddaughter, Vinny, put it a little bit out. She's just watching the TV next to me.
Yeah, just step away from that, because then I think I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, hi. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, so what?
Yes.
What? Good Lord, I got a full house over there. So let me just share this with you. This is your time to expand to new horizons. This is your time to manifest change for yourself. This is your time to refuse to allow yourself to stay and be stuck. This is your time to increase finances. This is the time to draw boundaries and learn to say no and to open up to new possibilities. There is a woman who stands above you. She is connected to you in the position of mother's side of the family. I place her in the grandmother's position. Your mom's mom has passed, please. Your grandma's in spirit.
Yes.
Okay. And she's talking to me about family conversations, dinner conversations, and there's something about a pie. Did we make like a rice and beef and meat pie or something? What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
She's talking to me about a pie, but it's not a dessert pie. It's like a meat pie or a something. So she used to make something, was like a casserole meat pie or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was this something that was comfort food or familiar for all of you, please? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, it looks kind of good and making me hungry. But she's very much with you, and she tells me that there was a closeness between the two of you and that you talk to her and you try to connect with her yourself, yes?
Yes.
And you're very spiritually gifted as well, she lets me know. So she also lets me know that you have the ability to connect to her and to the angels and to even be aware of spirit, yes?
Yes.
Okay. She tells me that you feel as if your hands are tied and you don't know which way to go and you feel trapped, yes?
Yes,
true. Okay. She wants you to know that she's with you and she's supporting you. She's also bringing to me... It's almost like she used to have a medal or something pinned to her shirt or something. What did she have, like a Our Lady of Guadalupe or...
the Virgen de Guadalupe, yeah. She used to believe in her a lot.
Okay. So she's showing me like this little tiny medal of Guadalupe, like pinned to her shirt or pinned inside her bra. I don't know where she had it, but she had it somewhere pinned inside of her. I don't know. But do you have that medal, or you have a medal of Guadalupe, please?
I have one, but not the one that she has.
Okay. Take that medal, wear that medal, bring that medal with you. Guadalupe is going to help you. She wants you to know that. I don't know you. I don't know anything about your family, but this is what she's showing me. You will be okay. This is a difficult time. What is your specific question before they wave me off?
Because I'm going through a divorce right now, and I came far away from my family to live over here with my husband that cheated on me for 18 years, and he has another relationship with another girl that she bugs me a lot, and we bought a land, and she's making him, because he had a baby with her. The baby's a year or 2 years.
But the land belongs to the both of you, and the land is your land, okay?
Yes.
So
yeah,
he cannot take that. He cannot take that from you.
He's trying to take it because she's telling him to fight it, so I could stay in the street.
I understand that, but that is not the truth, okay? So she's playing and manipulating, and she's maneuvering him in many different ways.
Yes,
So
she
you
does.
will be okay. Grandma wants you to know that she's with you and that you're not alone. Isn't it so amazing that they're here with us, all right?
Yes, it is.
All right.
And I'm
Are you
glad to
following
find
us on Facebook and YouTube? Are you
Yes.
following us?
On
All right.
Facebook.
Stay in touch with us. I've got to pop off for now. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
all
you,
right?
Sarah. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. God bless you. Bye for now. Well, everyone, bye for now. God bless you. I'm so glad that we were able to spend time and space together here on WWNN during Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. If we didn't get to your call or your Facebook question, please pop back up next Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look for all of our pop-ups on Facebook. You never know where we're going to pop up. So stay with us, everyone. Follow us. Share the page. God bless you. Share the light. Share the love. Stay well. Be safe. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a life leading.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with